Hey, welcome back to the Big Ranch Show. Thank you for joining me. Today, we're going to discuss something that took place early in September in Pennsylvania. Now, trigger warning for those of you that are squeamish or easily triggered by things about physical assault or racism. This is absolutely despicable what happened, but let's get to it. On September 6th, 2024, at Gettysburg College, something that should have never happened happened. It was absolutely despicable. It was absolutely disgusting. And the school apparently has taken basically no action, even to this date, 9/27/24. Now, Gettysburg College is in Pennsylvania, founded in 1832, and it sits apparently adjacent to the Gettysburg battlefield. If you remember from your history classes, the Gettysburg Address, the Emancipation of Slaves by Abraham Lincoln. And to think that this happened on this campus. Now, I've been trying to gather information the last few days because I've heard some differing reporting on what took place based on different people I saw on TikTok, and I haven't seen a lot of coverage by mainstream news. So I've been having a hard time finding information until recently. But on that day, September 6th, 2024, a student on the swim team was at some kind of informal social event, and one of the white swimmers carved the N word into his chest. Yeah, you heard that right. Took a box cutter and carved the N word into this guy's chest. As of right now, the only thing I can see is that the person that did it is no longer enrolled, and neither is the person that had it done to them. Now, the thing is, the school didn't, from what I can find, the school didn't expel the guy, right? He just unenrolled from the school. I've got a few quotes here if I can find them. According to the Gettysburg Police Department, he said he had reached out to the campus upon learning about the incident, but were told while the victim was encouraged by the college to contact law enforcement, the victim had chosen not to, and let the college disciplinary process handle the matter. So that could explain why the school hasn't, or why there hasn't been a lot of information about it. The victim in the case didn't want to talk to the police. And given the history in this country of the way police treat people of color, of no matter what their race is, I can understand why they wouldn't want to talk to police. But at the same time, it doesn't excuse the inaction by the school. There's no reason it should take almost a month to investigate and find out what happened. Now, I used to go to college. I went to a university down in East Texas. And if you did something like this, you wouldn't have been sitting around for a month waiting for what was going to happen. You would be expelled immediately if you did something like this. If you ask me, this university failed the victim in this case. It doesn't make any sense to me why they would, do this kind of thing. Now, the swim team did release a message. As a swim team, both collectively and as individuals, these days have been some of the hardest of our lives. Racism has no home here, neither at Gettysburg College nor on our team. We stand united in condemning these actions that took place. This article goes on to say the school continues to investigate the incident which occurred on September 6th and is working with the family's the victim's family. Earlier this week, Vice President for College Life Ann Ehrlich addressed the campus in an email confirming that the individual responsible for the attacks is no longer enrolled. In a statement, the team emphasized the incident was not tied to the swim team. It was not a swim team sanctioned event. It was not hazing. It was not endorsed by the team. It does not reflect our values. Further statements from the Gettysburg College Black Student Union. They told ABC 27, I just feel like there needs to be a higher level of transparency with the school and the students, especially as a predominantly white institution with their students of color. He goes, this person, somebody else added to this saying, not only was there a lack of transparency, there's also a lack of action. I feel as though the black community isn't being heard enough. Junior Ahmed added. Now, I'm all about transparency and I'm all about action. So I completely agree with these people saying more needs to be done. More should have been done, and it shouldn't have taken this long. As you read, or as I mentioned there, they said that the guy was no longer enrolled. That means he just unenrolled. No disciplinary action. Nothing put on his record saying, hey, he did this. No expulsion from the university. At the end of the day, I do not care if the victim did not come forward to the police. The school knew about it. The school should have done something about it by now already. His family made a statement. I'm trying to find where I put that particular slide. It goes on here. There's an article I just found here. The district attorney says that it tells ABC 27 he was only made aware of this incident through the media last week. He says Gettysburg Borough Police were also not aware and contacted the college security. According to the to Senate, police were advised that the student did not wish to pursue charges. The victim's family released a joint statement with the college saying that the school is investigating and they would work with them on how to most constructively move forward. But this is absolutely outrageous. It's not something that should happen. It just shouldn't. And there's some stories I heard early on that made this kind of a weird story for me at first, saying that the guy asked to have this done to him, thought it would be funny, and I don't see that. I'm not seeing that in any of the literature. I'm not seeing any evidence to prove that. And considering the swim team put out the information, and this information I'd heard before, supposedly from members of the swim team, clearly there's a disconnect, right, between some of the information that's out there and what's actually the case. Now, I hope the school will finally step up and do its job and take care of this problem. Because nobody should go through this. Nobody should have, one, they shouldn't be attacked in the first place. And two, to be a person of color and have the N-word carved into your chest with a box cutter. It's disgusting. And it has no place in America. It has no place at all in a civil society. And to think that this took place across from where the Battle of Gettysburg took place. a battle that led to the Emancipation Proclamation. I, I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say. Besides, I'm absolutely ashamed. Absolutely ashamed of the things we allow in this country. Anyways, I'll keep you up to date on this one. If I can find more information out about it, I'll bring it to you next week. Anyways, I'll see you down the road.